Biafra must die so that Igbo self-determination can live, but free by Ndidi Ķ1Ł. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in. The key to grasping the danger that Biafra promises represent is in their desire for unmerited power. The signs are already there that the word Biafra is likely to take Igbo nation to a desolate place, if not set aside. As revealed in parts 1 and 2 of this series, the word Biafra does not meet international law on the rights and duty of states and United Nations criteria for getting self-determination. Therefore, those who call themselves Biafra agitators, whether they are sadly the victims of deception or are themselves the deceivers, ought to be referred to as fake activists. Still more, it is one thing for little children to believe in Father Christmas and to expect him to come on 24th December night, but it is quite alarming for adults to believe Biafra will come when they have seen no evidence of any work done for it. Plus, can read for themselves that the word Biafra fails when it comes to satisfying self-determination criteria. What is quite certain is that those claiming to bring self-determination for Igbos by using the word Biafra have only one thing in mind: they want power over others, and the money that comes with it. So they can gather up a following by manipulating the very strong emotion that some people have for that word. They are ruthless and without conscience over the damage they cause to people who accept their lies as truth and puts their hopes of freedom on them. It is all quite a pitiful situation. Moreover, it signals danger ahead for Igbo nation, which will be briefly explained. The key to grasping the danger that Biafra promises represents in their desire for unmerited power. Having to employ lies, frauds, and even deadly violence does not in any way discourage them. They press on, daily promoting the word Biafra. Using South Africa as an illustration, black people had wanted freedom from the evil system of apartheid. Jacob Zuma was one of the ANC leaders who fought for the decommissioning of the apartheid constitution and for self-determination for black people. When South Africa started the new dispensation, those who led the anti-apartheid fight were rewarded by being president, turn by turn. There were several misgivings when it now came the turn for Zuma to become president because there had been allegations of corruption, plus his humanized and revealed indiscipline. Signs that he lacks the character needed to take South Africa to a great future. Sure enough, South Africa began to diminish under President Zuma. It became known for corruption and violence, including xenophobic violence against other Africans. Zuma was criticized for, if not supporting it, at least not doing enough to stop these killings. More recently, when Zuma was convicted for corruption, it was his supporters in his home province who carried out the violent riots and disgraceful looting. Many had always thought that Zuma should never have been allowed to lead South Africa. He wanted power and he schemed to get it and was able to manipulate his followers, who we can see are quick to use deadly violence against their own people. Now looking at South Sudan, once they got freedom from Arab Sudan, problems started from Riek Machar, who wanted power. He had been a leader in the fight for freedom and self-determination, and so had Salva Kiir. Kiir became president, but Machar, craving for power, made him a rival who would not rest until he was recognized with high enough power, even if it meant war in the new country of South Sudan. To get power, hungry Machar to stop warring, President Kiir had to form an unsteady unity government and made Machar his vice. The brief outlines above relate to how Biafra promises power-hungry individuals who use the seat have entered the Igbo clamor for self-determination and freedom. They will be there under false pretense, acting as leaders of something, appropriating to themselves work that they have not done, copying the tone and formats of an NINAS movement, the authentic self-determination movement, and claiming fake victories. There will always be a price to pay for any community that accepts open lies, e.g., that the word Biafra can never bring them self-determination, and where adults accept fantasy and daydreaming as reality. Igbo nation is already paying the price with lynchings by burning, full castration, torture, and deadly violence brought to them by the Biafra street gang called IPOB. They are also facing destruction of shops and stores for refusing the IPOB command to sit at home in honor of their gang leader who is on remand. Thus, it is clearly power over Igbo nation that IPOB gang wants, not self-determination for Igbos. In lawless Nigeria, it would not be surprising if other Biafran groups also transform themselves into street gangs, each using violence to become warlord rulers of Igbo land. Igbo nation can protect itself against the dissolution that Biafra promised would bring upon it. It would take being sober and being willing to accept truth and when it is revealed. Igbos have been seeking self-determination since 1967. It is a journey. Sometimes only one vehicle is needed to get a destination. However, there are some journeys that there are several stops with changes of vehicle before getting to the desired destination. Such is the case for Igbos. In 1967, the vehicle had been Biafra. Biafra was unable to reach the desired destination. Now, there is another vehicle that the Igbos can enter. The vehicle today is the NINAS movement, the passengers being the indigenous ethnic nations of the New South, Yoruba, Middle Belt and South-South. The NINAS movement would end the power craving fakery of Biafra promises to deceive Igbos, and happily, Igbos and their neighbor ethnic nation will be nearing the end of the journey to self-determination at combined stages 14 and 15 out of 16 stages. This woman is going to be attacked. They are going to pull her legs. They are going to drag her. But there is one thing that is clear in her message. She's calling to make sure that the Biafrans are pushing not just for power, but pushing for the good of all people. That is what I take home from their message, from her message. That if the Biafrans now should now check themselves. Am I really pushing for power? Am I pushing that things? It is good that yes, we are using the crisis of what is happening now. We want a Nigeria. We want to be separated, and we also want the country Biafra or the Afia Biafra, if Biafra will ever come to reality now. We want it to be peaceful. We want it to have fairness and justice, not to be a repeat of what is happening in the Nigeria of today. I think that is her message. Before you pull her and drag her, that is the take home. She's saying, yes, we are pained, we are bitter, but let us not allow that bitterness. Let us not allow it to take us in the wrong direction. That may be with the ideas and example she has cited, that maybe there are those amongst us that are with different agenda. We fighting for this particular thing, both the Yoruba and the Igbo nation, that we might be fine. Some of us, we might have good intention just to fight and have peace, fairness in the land. But what about the power-hungry, seeking people? What about them that will stop at nothing even when this cessation now occurs? What about them? She's just saying we should checkmate our excesses. Checkmate and make sure, yes, we are angry. Yes, we have been wounded. Yes, we are bleeding. But we should make sure we are not going to jump out of one fry pan to fire. That is what she's just saying. That is her message. That is her message. She's saying self-determination. That means I want fairness, I want justice, I want tranquility, where everybody is going to be equal. There is nobody that is going to be above the law, and justice will prevail in such a land. That is my take-home message. And that is what I feel she's talking about. On this note, I come to the end of it and I say thank you for sitting and listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.